So yes, good evening, everybody. So today I'm live with one of the special guests of SAED. In fact, he's none other than our Preetam Talukdar sir. So welcome to this session today.
Thank you, Moinul sir. Thank you, Anupama, and thank you, Nilofer. It's a pleasure to be here after a long time.
Yeah, with me today, Nilofer is also there, and Anupama with Zakir is a co-host, and I think that they will also ask too many questions. And before that, let me tell all the audience today that Preetam Talukdar sir has been working in Australia, and sir is the person actually who is always eager to help students, and sir is a good communication coach. At the same time, he's a business consultant, and more than that, he's a motivational speaker. Whenever we are down, whenever we are low, that sir is always there. So sir has been also guiding us as a mentor of SAED in fact community. So today is actually very good, and what do you know? That means today is the very good day for us, and it's an honor for us that we are having here Preetam Talukdar sir. So first, I request Nilofer to say a few words to Preetam sir, because you know sir has been working for us, sir has been giving the motivations, and also sir is here for all the students on YouTube today. Nilofer, your good words about sir today. Go ahead, please.
Yes, so good evening to all, and I thank Moinul sir and Preetam sir for this session, and we were waiting for this session. So বহুত মিস কৰি আছিলো সেশন বিলাক আগতে প্ৰীতম তালুকদাৰ ছাৰৰ লগত আমি ভালেকেইটা সেশন কৰিছিলো, and he has been motivating us since then. And yes, I'm very lucky to have this community where Preetam Talukdar sir is one of the mentors. And yeah, sir, thank you so much for joining. And I think
Pleasure.
No need to welcome you because you are the mentor. You are one of the mentors
Yes,
here. But yeah, I'm so happy to see you once again. And today we are sharing our experiences, and we are going to ask questions. So I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. And yes, these are the things I would say. So thank you once again for joining, and thanks to all the audience for joining. Yes.
Right. So now it's time for Anupama to welcome sir, because after a long time that we are here with sir. Okay.
Yes, sir. And just like Nilofer said, I don't think Preetam sir needs a welcome because he is always here. But yes, sir, formally welcome to the live session, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
We all know how busy you are, but then you gave out your time to us, and we are really lucky. And today we feel actually proud that we have someone like you, and today we're getting a chance to show you, we are having the chance to show off Preetam sir actually to the rest of the world. So welcome again, and thanks for always being here, for all this motivation that we need time to time, and you are always there for us, for the students, and thank you so much. And yes, I'm really excited for today's session. Today's session is going to be very special, and whoever joined, don't have a phone right now, so welcome. I welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here.
Right. So thank you, Anupama, that we are here today with Preetam Talukdar sir, and sir will speak a lot, by the way. So before that, let me thank all the students who are eagerly waiting for sir. So a lot of people have joined. So let me read the names: Gorima Kulita, Maino Begum, RX Creations, and Konokulita Roy, Deepsika, Daisy, Orupa, Thiraz, Manasnath, Payal Sutradhar, Chanjana, Deepsika, Hosrot, Orpita. Thank you very much, and good evening. And sir, these are the students on YouTube, sir. They are wishing good evening, and they are also about to listen to what you say. And so many students, they have heard about you, but they have not seen you. I think that today they are getting the opportunity to see you today. So sir, the stage is yours. You just try to, I know that you are a good communicator, so you can connect everybody together. The stage is yours to communicate with all those people, sir, on YouTube and also other platforms, wherever they are studying, watching right now. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so Moinul, that was quite a wonderful introduction, and thank you very much for your time. And obviously, I know that it's been a long time due for me. It's been some like 4 months that I was away from this platform, specific because I was heading a very important project in Australia. I was in Papua New Guinea looking at launching our Vodafone 4G services. During the times of COVID, where travel is restricted, people and expats not being able to, come and visit the countries. We had multiple challenges, but every challenge kind of got us new learnings, new knowledge, new prosperity. We are looking forward for getting things rolled up. And though the project was supposed to kick off by December, but unfortunately the Delta variant didn't allow it to really work well within the system. And we are looking at February, March when this is the project for. For all the students who have joined, a big hello, namaskar from my city. I mean, you can see in the background, that's my city that I live now. I've been my home ground for the last, say, 8 months. And it's been fantastic, a journey that I have cherished, a lot of cultural differences, but it's one journey that I'm going to talk about a lot in today's session when, I would have Nilofer and Anupama, kind of question me or quiz me on various topics. But having said so, I am very thankful, or rather, I'm very grateful to all of you, many of you who have connected me on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you so much. I might have forgotten some of the names, but I really appreciate the time that you have taken to connect with me. And though I'm staying like 4.5 hours ahead of India, I'm sure your time right now might be around 6 o'clock, and it's around 10:30 my time now. But it's always something very pleasing to connect with Sir Moinul and the team, and obviously the students, because you guys are very special to me. And I started my career in Sorobok, being a teacher in Sunflower School for almost like 2.5 years before I decided to take up my career in Bangalore. And ever since I've been traveling across the world, almost like 20 countries, and right now settled in Down Under. So I welcome all of you. I welcome and appreciate that you have taken the time out today to listen to me and to welcome me as well. And obviously we will have a lot of interactive sessions going forward. So having said this, thank you once again. Thanks to the platform of SAED, in fact, for inviting me for this wonderful session. And it's my pleasure to be here with all of you today. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so thank you very much, sir. They would love right now because they have heard your voice. And so we are also so happy because after a long gap that we got you, because for a few months that you have been busy in a new place called Australia. So when you were there in Mumbai or India, that we got connect with you. But no problem, sir. Technology is helping us to connect with you. And I think that more than 18 people right now watching, and they're eager to ask questions also.
Yeah, sure.
So those people who are watching right now, those who do not know about Preetam, sir, so I'd like to give a brief introduction. After that, sir will answer the questions also. We will have some questions. So our sir is going to answer. Even those people who are watching right now on YouTube, you could also ask any questions. So before that, just quick or brief introduction, I would like to give about Preetam, sir. So dear students, the way sir is speaking today, the person who is living in Australia, the person who has traveled more than 20 countries of the world, the person who is an international coach today, the person was born in Assam in the place called Namrup in 1977. Okay, just like you all are struggling, sir also struggled and worked in different places. And one day he got the chance to go to different places like Australia also. So this is not the one country that I could tell you that more than 20 countries sir has traveled. It's not a small thing, by the way. So we are trying hard, but still we are in one place. We fail to, roam around the world, even on state. But sir has in a very limited time that sir has traveled more than 20 countries. So it's a pleasure for us that we are getting, Preetam sir here with us to get so much knowledge from different countries that he has learned from. And the person who worked in different places, just like with companies also, Dell Technologies, Cisco, then VM, and Amazon Cloud Data Center, Thunder, and Fortinet, HP, and so many reputed companies with whom sir has worked. And whatever sir has learned, that sir is, trying to teach the students. Those sir knows so many things. Those sir is having a different platform. Those sir traveled more than 20 countries, but still you can see that sir is so humble. Sir is connecting with people like us who have actually very less significance in the place that we are living today. But sir has made us feel proud. Sir has made us feel important that we also can do something like what sir is doing today. And I'm also eager and interested to tell you that sir is the only person who has helped us, guided us to come online and, teach students you all digitally. And the Zoom plan that we have, the way that you got 99 day live sessions, the way that you got 21-day live sessions. All these things you got because of paid Zoom session. And that session has been offered by none other than this Preetam Talukdar sir. Nilofer, please have a round of applause for sir today.
Thank you. Thank you.
So sir is the person actually looking like very small, but sir has a bigger personality. So sir, I welcome and thank you. And just God would give you much power so that you could help more people. So this is brief introduction about sir. So more than working with companies, that I can see your humanistic, attitude, the way that you love people, the way you are helping people, that is actually attracting me. So today sir is here. So dear students, whatever the questions related to communication skills, public speaking, English speaking, you can directly ask. And today's session is all about, watching on YouTube, but next session that I would arrange with sir's permission on Zoom, directly you can connect and you could ask questions. So sir, first question to you, that you were brought up in Assam, you just studied in Assam, and now you have traveled more than 20 countries. So what is the experience going to different countries? And is it possible for anybody to go just like you were going? So would you like to just say something about the experiences of visiting different places?
Of course, I think, the whole platform of SAED and FACT is built on creating good communication skill sets. I think that's the base of what we call as a bottom line, right? And on this bottom line, we have, invented or kind of created different platforms of learning. Digital is one. Prior to digital, I think digital came more into force from the onset of COVID times. But prior to that, if you look at it, it was more face-to-face communications, people coming to the institution to learn, study. There was faculties, there were classrooms, and et cetera, et cetera. Now, everyone, whoever is listening to this program, everyone can achieve much better or equivalent to what I have achieved in life. So all you need to do is to have a passion, to dream and think that you can do it, right? Yes, for getting and generating higher success in your professional career, the most important factor is a very good communication skill sets, specifically in a profession that I am in, where I managed, or I have been managing sales and business development for almost like 20 years now. And when I'm in this profession of sales and business development or marketing, one of the most important things that is required to be successful in this particular profession is being a good communicator, because you are going to meet so many clients, you're going to meet so many customers day in and day out, and you need to go and meet them, go to talk to them, and convince them about the product, why this product is good, why they should be buying it, etc., etc. So in a profession like me that I am in, communication becomes a very, very important criteria. Now, for people who have ambitions of pursuing a career which is global, for example, that you want to do something in UK, you want to go to US, not necessarily being in sales and business development, but maybe in technical, maybe in other streams of product marketing, etc., etc. Still, I believe that communication is going to be a key factor in deciding where you could end up, landing your dream job. So the way SAED and FACT has been focusing on currently is to offer communication to the students, to the people, to ensure that they do not fall back in pursuit of a global career. And this is something that we are all doing it together as one team. And I'm pretty sure if we continue to practice this, I think everyone can think about, achieving what is impossible in their lives, right? It is doable. And this is something that I always believed, that you work hard, you put a dedication, whatever you do in life, do with a lot of passion, just don't do for the sake of doing it. If you do not love the job, don't do it. If you are going to commit, if you're loving a job, then you need to commit more than 100% to your thing. And I can augur very well in this particular platform. I can see how Sir Moinul is a living example of, giving more than 100% dedication. Nilofer, for that matter, Anupama, for that matter, the previous students that I have interacted, be it Sahil, be it Daisy, be it Nishamani, Rupam, Sahil, these are the names that comes to my mind now. They have all contributed, with a heart, with a passion. And that is where we see the success going. So be it any field, whether it's medical, it's engineering, it's, social sciences, it's humanities, it's, in sports, a person becomes successful when he puts 100% dedication, 100% passion into the job, right? Now, coming to Sir Moinul's question about what makes it very different from working in India, and what makes it very different from in a country like Australia, where I'm currently, being there. Now, I think in India, the problem, what happens is people tend to judge each other very quickly, right? That is the biggest difference that I've seen working international. Now, I might be from Assam, someone might be from West Bengal, someone might be from Delhi, someone might be from Tamil Nadu, someone might be from Karnataka, and everyone has a different way of communicating English because of the various mother tongue influence that is being built on, right? So what happens is, today in India, what we predominantly see is, like, if you do not know to speak English, or maybe your accent of English is not very good, people tend to judge you, right? Now, when I look at myself and when I look at the countries that I have traveled and the countries that I have worked, be it UK, be it US, or even in the country like Down Under, that particular judgment of accent is never there. In a country like Down Under, we have people from Philippines, we have people from Indonesia, we have people from India, we have people from China, we have people from Singapore, Malaysia, we have people from various countries who come and work here. Everybody speaks English, but everybody has a different way of communicating and pronunciation, right? But the country is so strict that there will be no abuse or trolling when it comes to judging the way we speak, or the way we communicate, or way we pronounce. And that is what makes this country a beautiful country to live on, because there you're getting support. You know that you're practicing to speak something good, but you're not getting judged. Rather, you're getting help and support if you're making a mistake somewhere. And I think that is where, that's what brings the difference between developed countries and super developed countries. But I think India, going forward, I think the trend is going to change. So my advice to all the students is live fearlessly. Don't fear. Don't allow people's, to judge you. Don't allow people to comment on how your pronunciation is. At the end of the day, we all are learning. We all, learn every day through each other, right? And the way to go about is team. The spirit of team is very, very important when we go about building those simple milestones in our life. So don't be hesitant to speak fearlessly. Don't be ashamed that someone is going to judge you when you're pronouncing something differently. Live fearlessly and live with a lot of passion, live with a lot of dedication, live with a lot of compassion, support each other. And I think then you will see that there is always ways that God creates, or the universe creates for you to live and succeed peacefully. And that's what something that I would love to communicate to all the students.
Right, sir. So thank you very much, sir, for speaking all these things. And one student, sir, right now on YouTube, he's asking question. The struggling hunter. Okay, sir, tips to make accent better. Just now, sir, you cleared the doubt. That action, that means we focus on accent rather than working. So now, sir, how would you answer? Tips to make accent better.
No, I think if you go and talk to some of the biggest professionals and biggest successful people in the world, they will never judge you on terms of how bad you pronounce or how good you pronounce. That is never going to be a judgment. It is only people who are critical about you and who fear your success. They are the people who are going to judge you. Remember that, right? Any good person in this world, they will always motivate you no matter how good or bad you are in terms of pronunciation. Right? So it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, your talent and your skill sets is something that is going to lead you to the world, right? So keep on practicing. If you really want to, imbibe a bit of pronunciation, or if you really want to imbibe a bit of improvement in accent, then I think you should listen to a lot of audiobooks. Today you have, the age of technology has got you into audiobooks, right? You have Kindle, you have Amazon Kindle. So you can always go there, get some free books, listen to how the pronunciation happens. Today you are infested with a lot of content in the social media platform or in the OTT platform. For example, you have Netflix, you have Amazon Prime. They kind of offer a lot of English, what I would say, web series and other things. Listen to them, and probably you can take notes of the words that you come across. Have a dictionary that is there in your place. Whenever you feel that there is any word that you want to understand how the pronunciation can be, go to the dictionary or go to the thesaurus and type in the word in Google. You can always get the pronunciation, listen to it, and you can improve. But let me be very honest with you. I'm a strong believer that accent really doesn't have to be very prolific. It doesn't have to be really something, the base, or, you should not lose your mind because your pronunciation is bad. That is could be the reason why you cannot succeed, but this is absolutely wrong. I have seen a lot of people I have met across in my life. I have hired so many employees working under me who typically didn't have much good communication skills. But yes, there was a desire to learn. Yes, there was a desire to improve. Yes, there was a desire to, kind of be better than what they are. And if you have those desires, those, kind of dedication, those kind of thoughts in your mind, and I'm sure no one can stop you. So just remove that mindset that a good accent is someone who is a good communicator. It's absolutely wrong. You just need to follow your basic instincts. Yes, I do agree. Speaking the right English with the right grammatical sentences and other stuff is important that you can learn, but accent, you can just leave it. I think we have to be non-judgmental on people at this platform. And I think if people like me or people of my peers do not come and tell you this, do not be judged by what accent that you bring in, then the world is going to be very, very cruel and inhuman. And I think people like me and people like my peers, whether it's Miss Rashmi Bora ma'am, they will tell you that just go with the flow. That is very symbolic about your success stories.
Absolutely, sir. Sir, I could relate with the answer that you gave. Because sir, recently we tried to sell our knowledge, selling my speaking skills, because so many people criticize when we brought the ad on Facebook. First one person, his name is Sandeep Chakraborty. Sandeep Chakraborty, that he comes, I don't know him, but he comes and just writing a post. Your own English is not perfect. He wrote something like this. And then the first comment I got it, how to answer? Because I know, sir, that my pronunciation is not good. I do not know so many things. That's why I'm learning. That's why I'm speaking. But I wrote a long answer. That, sir, I wrote something like, sir, yes, of course, I accept that my pronunciation is not perfect. My English is not perfect. Even perfection does not exist. My gurus tell normally. But if you are perfect, sir, you could teach us, because we are eagerly waiting for the people. I have spent a lot of money in learning with teachers like Mangesh sir, Praveen Wadalkar sir, Rahul Fatnagar sir. Even we are learning from Preetam sir and also Uddhav Kumar Vorali sir. So I have not seen any videos of you anywhere. So if you think that you are capable of teaching like them, the way they are teaching us, so we are eager to take help from you. But sir, he never commented back. That means what? He came to us just to tell something. And after that, what happened? Recently also, when we are doing live on YouTube, one person comes and tells, your English is so pathetic. Then again, we wrote it. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Then we would be more grateful to you if you could help us with your tips and techniques of your life experiences. Then the person comes and wrote something like, I'm so sorry. I'm very busy right now. So once I get time, I'll try to help you out. So thank you. You're doing a great job. The person wrote it. Next, sir, we wrote something like, dear sir, I'm so sorry that we can't wait for your teachings and learnings, because already we invest the time. Already we have been learning from different people, like your name and others' name that I have been learning. Did we mention that? So we believe that Uddhav Kumar Vorali sir said that don't believe in lecturing. You just believe in those people who are showing the examples. Just like, for example, sir, when I saw you, Preetam sir, I'm talking about you. When I saw you on Instagram, you connected with me, not connection. You helped us. You gave us all these things, and you were talking and you were helping. But the person, sir, who told that your English is pathetic, the person did nothing. And when we wrote a long reply, the person said that for a small thing that you wrote a wrong reply, then, I did not answer. Finally, he deleted the comment. Means, sir, had I not, even the reply is that you would come again, torture us. But always we try to answer them politely. And now actually we get demotivated, sir. So these things are happening with me, but still I'm doing it because we have got the gurus. Just like you were telling that accent doesn't matter. Some people coming in with a good accent and telling that you are not eligible to teach, but we are not getting scared of, because we have people like you, sir. So thank you. This already we have experienced. So now, sir, next question that I have, and after that, Nilofer and Anupama will ask you questions. Sir, you were living in Australia. You have visited different parts of the world, but still you are getting connected with us with a small center called SAED. And what is the biggest, bigger reason for you that still you are connecting, helping, and giving motivations all the time when we are in a bad situations? But recently, I tell you that something happened with me with the fake cases that I was searched with so many cases, and finally I had to be there in the jail. But you are the person giving motivations and asking things and how to do, how to go. You were just supported. So in this tough time, still you are connected with us. But so many people in our locality, in our local place, they are trying to put us down. That means the center which is devoted its time for the students of the same locality, they are putting and trying to stop the existence of this center. But being a person living in Australia has the interest of protecting and helping us to survive in a much more better way. So why? What is the connection of you with us, sir? Would you like to tell the audience today?
Okay, very, very emotional and very, very hurt, warming question, and thank you for asking that. I think one of the things that I was being taught by my parents, especially when I was growing up and when I was being going through my careers and building my own career and doing things which I really loved. My parents always told me that, the designations of, CEOs and directors and vice presidents, presidents, chief, XYZ and whatever, all the fancy designations that we have in the corporate career nowadays, they actually mean nothing unless and until you are not being, humble and kind and, your heart is filled with gratitude. I think this is one teaching that my father gave me, my mother gave me, and I think that is something that always is very close to my heart. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, one of the things that I always love is to help people, right? Because that is something that you can always do, and there is no money that you need to spend while you're trying to help people, right? And be connected. Now with SAD, in fact, I think the very emotional and soulful connect that I had was because of my first job as a teacher in Sorobok. I think that could be a very kind connect that I have with the people. When I was teaching there in the year 2000, 2001 until 2003, I think that time one of the things that I observed was like people were very keen to understand and learn English, right? They felt that that could be the gateway or the door for good career going forward. But for some reasons, we couldn't get enough knowledge people or people who can actually drive and create that kind of impact in young students' mind, or develop creative minds or develop communication mindsets at that era. And I felt that Sorobok had given me the platform to what I am today here. At the end of the day, I should understand that this is my route. And I think it becomes more of a moral obligation on my part that to be more successful and to be more remembered by the people, I need to do some kind of social responsibility. And the social responsibility comes is how can I share my experiences, share my success stories, share what I learned through my various mentors in the last 20 years to the students who wants to follow me or follow the path that I am going, or maybe follow the path that their model is going, right? And that is something that brings me together. And what I would say the most important factor which really motivates me to be in this platform, be connected, is the love, the kindness, the gratitude that I get from everyone. Each one of you, right? Whether it's Jakir or it's Sultan or it's Anupama or it's her sister Daisy or it's Nilofer, everyone is someone who always gives that extra kindness and respect to me. And respect is always mutual. It's right. When people respect you, means that you are also be getting respected, right? And it's always mutual. It's always two ways. And that is, I think, the fundamentals, and that is the beauty of our family members. It's the beauty of SAD and fact that we all help each other. And when one family member is in distress, as you rightly cited as an example, then one member who is typically the eldest one takes over, because maybe I am a bit more elder to you in terms of experience, in terms of age, and I can then help young minds like Nilofer or Anupama or Jakir, who might be bit, crumbling at that point of situation, as thinking what should be done or what should not be done. And then that is when guidance comes into play. And I think I played that role of a guidance factor, of a cooling factor. And I was obviously in touch with, I'd rather thank Anupama and Nilofer for reaching out to me at that point of time, Jakir talking to me, and Sultan talking to me also. And, so we all put together small bits and pieces, and that's how, the connection happens. And that is something that will continue to happen, and something that I'm sure will be our, real face value of this organization, that we are united, we are together, and we are someone that we all believe in kindness and gratitude, at the same time helping each other to progress and prosper in each other's lives. So that's something that we will learn.
So yes, sir, thank you very much for your beautiful answer. And also, sir, we got emotional when we get, words from your side, and also we feel much more energetic. And I tell you, sir, after 8 days, I actually got energy in what I should say, my energy doubles actually. And you could see my live session. Maybe normally I do for 1 hour, but when I just came out on the day of 9th, I think that I just talk and just had a session for more than 1 hour, 1 hour 45 minutes maybe, and more than 20 people that we just went live. So that is the power. And sir, there should always be somebody who could support as a person, as a mentor, as a guide, wherever we have problems, whenever we have problems, it becomes easier to overcome. So as we are lucky that you are here with us, so thank you, sir. So now other questions will be asked by Nilofer and Anupama. It's time for Nilofer, and also those students who are watching right now on YouTube. So thank you very much once again. Just let me read some of the names. Nilofer, can you read the names? Do you have the mobile?
Okay, sir.
So Nilofer, you just try to read the names of the students on YouTube, and then you try to ask one of the questions to sir, and sir is ready to answer. Till then, let me share the link on my Facebook. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you, Gorima, Mainu, Sakirul, Onoklata, Dipshika, Daisy, Orupa, Firaz, Manas, Payal, Sanjana, Hazrat, Orpita, Trubojoti sir, Patiksha, Hiramani, Chandramika, Ridul, No Islamic, Hussein Ahmed, Daisy, Vishal Borua, I think Nipangana, Narzina Sultana, Eliza Begum, Vipul sir, Nandini Kormakar. So I thank all of you for joining. And yeah, there are a lot of people today who are watching.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's a big list. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. I mean, I'm really, really very gratified by the time, and obviously seeing so many people in this session. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So they were sharing the links and the banner also. So yeah, I felt so happy to see them, excited. So they were really excited, and now they have joined watching you. So okay, sir, I have 2 questions, but I will ask one right now. So how to build leadership quality? How to build leadership skill? So this is the thing we need actually in our community. So from your experience.
Okay, this is an extremely, very important question, and I really love this question that you asked me. Now, my family, as you know, they are in Mumbai right now, and my son, he's studying in 7th standard, right? When I was actually trying to get him enrolled in a school here, I visited the principal, and I was asking about what are the kind of subjects that a student in class 7 or 8 normally has to go through. And I was trying to compare his subjects, or the kind of pressure a student goes through in India, learning from a very young age to an adult age. And one of the things that the principal really told me, that in countries like Australia or in other countries, the most important fact that is given in education is more on leadership, building leadership at a very young stage, right? Proper communication, from a very young age. So they give more importance on these factors rather than on subjects like science or mathematics or English, geography, physics, whatever, right? And I was like, okay, why do you do so? And they say that the main importance of creating education in a country like ours is to build future leaders. So what happens is, when you look at, when I today communicate with students or maybe very young people in my country, current country, I can always feel two things. One is that they have already been developed on the personality development. It means they are being trained right from young age to be public speakers, to speak well, to communicate well, number one. Number two is they are built on how to manage leadership and how to create those leadership platforms, right? Now, one of the most important things to be a leader is to lead by an example, right? We see that most of the times in organizations, or most of the time in corporate world, one of the things that is what people have is a manager rather than a leader. What a leader does, it's actually he puts himself above the team, he guides them, and he actually follows the path which would get the people to relate to him, to get the people to follow him. And unless you don't have those things built on, or you're not learning, then you will never be a successful leader. Now, when I was young and when I was actually doing my first leadership role in the year 2007, and I was in a company called Telstra, which is one of the largest telecom companies based out of Australia, and I was heading that division in India. I had a mentor, and I want to take his name here. His name is Mr. Deepak Maheshwari. He was the managing director for Telstra in India, and during what happens is, during my reviews, when I take the reviews with all my employees once in a week, twice in a week, there would be situations when I lose my temper and kind of scold people, kind of tell them, no, you're not doing this right, you're not doing that right. That particular moment, one particular moment, I think Mr. Deepak Maheshwari overheard what I was discussing with my team. And then he called me aside and he says that, Preetam, giving them orders or giving them, things that you would never liked it, but you're asking them to do something, these people will never do it. You got to feel in their own shoes, and you got to feel them that if you were on the other side of the table, how would those difficult situations that you have put in, you would like it or not. And it was Mr. Deepak Maheshwari, under his 3 years of in the mentorship, that I actually understood and learned about leadership. So leadership is not about shouting at people. Leadership is not about telling what things they should be doing and what things they should not be doing. Leadership is all about taking the team together, making each of them very important, and making them feel that they are important for the team, for the success of a particular organization. And once you start building those qualities and making them feel important in life, it's like everyone loves you. Like, you would love a person who goes and tells you you're very important in life, you're very good, or you are someone like respected. You have a lot of goodwill with that person, and leadership comes from there. Leadership is showing people that they are important to the system. It is showing them what is right. If someone is making a mistake, take him aside separately, take him in a separate corner. Don't shout in front of anyone. Don't abuse him. Take him there and explain, look, XYZ, this is something that I didn't like. Maybe you have different views, but my views are XYZ. And the most important and the most strongest point that I have heard in a lot of leadership conferences that I have attended is, a leader would always have to be a good listener, right? He should not cut people in between the communication. So if you are a very good listener, then you have the stance of becoming a very, very good leader. A good leader has to be a good listener. He has to listen to everybody's views. He cannot judge because on person, but he has to judge on how the team and how he is going to carry forward that thing. So when it comes to leadership, we have seen in recent times, even in the sports arena, we have people like Mahendra Singh Dhoni. He's considered as a tremendous leader, right? He creates that value, and that is what leadership is all about, right? So that's where you create. You heard about the president, Mr. Barack Obama, right? The former US president. He was considered as one of the global leaders because that's what leadership is all about. He was kind, he was humble, he was always there for his team. He was always there when it was needed. He never used to abuse. He used to always be supportive of his team. He used to protect his team whenever there is a problem outside. It's same skill sets which Mahendra Singh Dhoni does. If someone is not playing well in the team, he will not abuse them publicly. if some reporter questions about the player, that this player is not doing well, he will not talk any negative in front of the media. That is what is shielding all about. Then that particular player then swears by you, dies for you, and that is what leadership is all about. And those things are something that is built, that is something that you learn. And I think for everyone who is listening to the team, leadership qualities are there in every person. It's there in Anupama, it's there in Nilofer, it's there in Pratiksha, it's there in Mainu, it's there in everyone, every 18, 20, 25 people who is listening to this there, everyone has got instincts of leadership qualities in their mind. It's only about, going out and proving and doing those things that a true leader does. That is difficult. And if you can really practice those things that a true leader does, you can always become a good leader. But as I said, in India, we do not have that culture of grooming a leader from a very young stage, which other countries have. So maybe going forward, maybe 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years down the line, I think leadership qualities, personality development, good spoken communications, these are subjects that would be taught even in schools in India, because at certain period of time, today, India is kind of really, working with global countries in terms of competition, in terms of technology competition, in terms of leadership competitions. Slowly, today you look at Google, you look at Microsoft, these countries have got Indians who are leading the company. And it is rightly to be said that slowly and steadily, I think we will see a great pool of Indian leaders going out into the world. And leadership starts at home. Leadership starts at school. Leadership starts at the community that you are working. Leadership starts at the friendship that you are doing. Someone leads it from the front. And those things is something that we all learn, imbibe, and grow in period of time. Thank you, Anupama.
Yes, sir. So thank you, sir. I think it's about making everyone feel important and
absolutely, and being a good listener.
Yes, and we have to listen to others. So yes, thank you so much. And Anupama, I request you.
Yes, first of all, thank you so much, sir. I was lost actually in your words, and I think everyone who is watching on YouTube today, they are feeling very lucky and very happy to listen, because they only listen to us. It's either Nilofer or me or sir, but for the first time they're getting something different. I have a question that I think many people can relate to this, that we talk fine, it's fine, but then we practice a lot whenever there is an event or anything that we have to face the audience. We practice a lot, all cool, but then when I just get the mic, and when I see that there are people who is actually watching me, I get so nervous that I mess up with my words and I start shaking. But then I know things, I know everything, but then I still mess up with my words, my speech, or whatever. But then when I'm speaking in front of the camera on YouTube or Facebook, I don't feel anything. I mean, I'm not nervous, I'm all confident. But then when it comes to face the audience live, it just, I don't know what happens. And I talk to many people and they say that, yes, I can relate to that too. We have the mic fear. I think that's called public anxiety maybe. And I don't know, I have been trying, but I just don't know how to overcome that. Even if there are children, not elder people, even if there are so many children, I cannot speak. I mean, if there are people, I feel so bad and I start shaking. Nilofer and sir knows, even recently in that program of I think Research Day, and when I had to speak, I was shaking, and Nilofer was looking at my face and she was smiling, that and she was saying that it's fine, go on. But I was so nervous, I become so nervous in front of people. So how to overcome public fear? That's my question.
Oh, that's a beautiful question, because I think every good speaker or every good orator in the world had faced this problem. Anupama, I'm going to ask you one question. Do you know who is Sandeep Maheshwari?
Yes, sir. Yes, he is one
of the. You know Sandeep Maheshwari?
Yeah,
he's one of the great motivational speakers. If you look at Sandeep Maheshwari and if you study his background, right, I think he's very popular in India because he goes and speaks on topics of motivation, public speaking, oration, etc., etc. I have followed him from a very young stage, because maybe age-wise might be Sandeep Maheshwari and me might be very similar, right? We are all on the late 40s, or he might be a bit more younger than me. But if you look at some of his videos, very initial videos when he started to talk in public, right? And there was an event in Pune where he was invited as one of the guests, and he actually wanted to come and speak to the public and speak about various motivational stuff. And he really fumbled. And he was like blank in front of it, right? For that matter, the person that I'm talking about, I had the similar instances in my beginning. And one day, I could remember one incident in my life where my manager, really manager means the person whom I used to report at the point of time. It was way back in 2004, 2005. He really prepared me so well. He gave me the presentation. There was practice within the team. I was giving the presentation. And then when it actually came on the stage where I had to present on the board meeting, I completely lost myself. And this manager got so angry that he instantly told me that you can pack up the things and leave this organization. This was a statement. That he told me. Now, my question is, okay, I'm a good speaker. I can speak, but what happens to me when it comes to a lot of people, kind of being in the crowd and, I'm losing my cool, or maybe there are the CEOs and CXOs in front of me, and I'm getting nervous, I'm sweating, and I'm fabbling myself in these things. And I think the way I overcame this was on practice. Okay, it's not something that is going to happen in 1 day or 2 days, but the more and more you start practicing, it will become more and more perfect. Look at all the players in this world, the most successful players. You follow Virat Kohli, someone follows Mahendra Singh Dhoni, someone follows Sachin Tendulkar, someone follows the Ronaldos and the Messis of the world, right? What brings out different from them? That no matter how legendary status that they have achieved in the life, even today, Virat Kohli would practice 8 to 9 hours every single day, right? No matter how big Ronaldo has achieved in his career, even at the age of 37, 38, he's still banging in goals 3-4 every match, or maybe, every 3 matches he bangs in 2-3 goals. What makes them different? It's only because they keep on practicing and they keep on doing the things which makes them feel good and overcome this. 2 things. Fear is something that is in the mindset. Okay. Now you have created that mindset that I'm fumbling, I'm going to fumble. I have that thing, that fear is coming up, the anxiety, public speaking anxiety is coming in. You need to get rid of that. You just need to get rid of that. And I think you can start with small platforms. For example, a group of students, say 10 students, maybe small junior students who may not really judge you, even if you fail or even if you don't speak well, maybe class 3-4 grade students, right? Speak them, get it bigger. Say next, move to the next grade, say 7-8, move to the next grade, say 11-12, and then move to the public speaking space. Not everyone is born as Barack Obama. Not everyone is born as Narendra Modi. Not everyone is born as Himanta Biswa Sarma, who can speak very well. And I'm talking about public figures who can speak very well on the crowd, no matter how big the crowd. Or maybe some people just speak too well when there are too many crowds, right? Too many people. So some of them are blessed with that, and we cannot really compete with that. But because we know that we have to build those momentum, we need to build those inner capabilities. For us, the only way to be successful is to practice and get that mindset fear out of it. So when you're actually going in an audience, right, and there is the light focusing on you, and then you have a lot of people standing in front of you, the best thing is to forget. The best thing is to forget that there are people in front of you. Just to believe that you are only speaking to yourself, or you're speaking to someone whom you are very confident. For example, the whole audience you consider as one Nilofer. Maybe in front of Nilofer, you will not feel, that anxiety problem. Or maybe in front of Moinul sir, you will not feel that anxiety problem. Maybe in front of me, you will not feel that anxiety problem, because I know that, we are there to take care of you. We are whenever you go down, we might be, getting and putting you up. So you have to create that mindset. It happened to me, and I became, really good in public speaking only after 4 to 5 years of constant practice, right? It started with 2003, 2004, but by the time I achieved like 2008, 2009, and when I was actually going for global conferences and I have to talk about a lot of product technologies, I have to talk about products, that is the time when I started becoming better and better. I'm still practicing because I still continue to talk today. I mean, every week I am there with, events like on 30th of September, I was speaking almost like 6 hours, because I was the host of an event that was hosted by Dell, right? Dell Technologies. And there were almost like 80 people on the stage, right? And none of them, I knew them. They were new people. Few of them I knew, of course. They were customers. They were, people from the political field. There were people from the police force. They had all come together and talk about technology, how technology is going to define the momentum going forward. And I was the host. I was coordinating with the people, the speakers, and I was giving my own product presentations. But that is what was the practice. The practice kept on going. And I think, Anupama, it's just the fear, and it's sitting in your mindset. And once you remove that from your mindset, it's going to be one good hell of a journey. And I think you speak well, no doubt, and you can actually, get better as you progress slowly. But yes, practice is something that is very, very important.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And I think this is going to help not just me, but a lot of people, because I have seen that we speak really well, but when it comes to speaking in front of the public, I don't know what happens. But I'm going to keep this in mind. Thank you so much.
Sure.
And sir, one thing I have observed today, sir, especially people are so happy today that I can see the smiling faces of Anupama, Nilofer, in Zakir, and all those people are smiling today. Maybe after 10-20 days, this is the one of the best days, maybe beautiful day. They are having so confident, they're having courage, and everything is there. Even students also, sir. Normally people watch 10 to 15, but we are getting today students more than 25, 25, something like this. So everywhere good things are happening. And though it is the season of celebrating puja or attending different cultural occasions, but still they are having their time just for you, sir. And name some of the names that I would like to take. Nitumani Sharma, she is asking a question. How can we speak English clearly and fast? And also, sir, another person, actually just like you, the way that you came and helping us, the same way Noyan Sarkar sir also is helping us in the field of computer. And sir is a professor of computer science working in a college as an HOD in the Department of Computer. And also he has written one book that has been recommended by Guwahati University for the students as a textbook. At the same time, he's also pursuing his PhD from NERIST. Sir already given us the, what I should say, consent that sir will take 1 day class on Google Meet every week, once every week, for completely free, sir. So this is also Noyan Sarkar. So sir is writing something like, thank you, Preetam, sir, for sharing your knowledge. Sorry to miss it, but definitely I will take the advantage of technology. Well, what's later? So this is Noyan Sarkar, sir.
I have been knowing Noyan Sarkar, obviously. I think I met him in one of the live sessions this year, and a person that I really love and respect. A lot of regards to him. I'm looking forward to having a good conversation, maybe in a Zoom, in a close Zoom, maybe something that you can arrange next week if sir is free, and I will also come next Saturday. It could be a closed group circuit, and we can all exchange views, because I have been in the technology field for the last 20 years, and I'm sure Nayan sir, with his knowledge about core technology products and the coding part of it, there is something that I would also love to learn, and we all learn from each other. That's the way we go about. So maybe we can arrange a close in a group, and that could be a wonderful session with the interns and the people around. So we can all have, we can also get Rashmi Bora ma'am with us, like 3-4 of us together, and there will be Daisy, Anupama, and some selected people. We can all get together and have a wonderful session again.
Right, sir. So quickly, let me take the names in front of you. They would love it, sir. Deepshika Das, Ria, then Nitumani, Zubli, then Mainu is also there. She is writing comments again and again that I can see here. Amishanath, Narjina, thank you for joining. Pubali, Nandini Karmakar, Zakaria. Zakaria said that I can't watch live because I'm just traveling from my office to room, but still I'm listening. Wow. This is the thing actually. Ahmed, the struggling hunter, says thank you, sir, for your valuable suggestions related to accent. So Eliza Begum, thank you. That means Bishal Burwa Tribeni, Daisy, Deepshika. That means a lot of people are still watching, sir. So the question that I got, from Zubli, I think, sir. She has asked that how to speak English fluently and fast. This is her question. So before answering, sir, let me just tell them that, dear students, please ask questions if you have, okay? This is your time. Ask your questions, and I'm sure that next Sari is also going to join live on Zoom with you all, okay? So this time you ask questions on YouTube, everybody. And so till then, you just try to answer this question, sir, of Zubli.
Yeah. Hi, Zubli. It's good to connect with you. I'm grateful that you actually reached out to me, I think through Instagram, and thank you for asking this question. Yes. Well, how to speak English fluently and obviously fast. I would not say fast, because fast is not appropriate way, because sometimes, what happens is, the only suggestion that I can give you how to speak English fluently is to practice it again and again. And that is what I think SAED and FACT did. You recently might have attended about the 99 sessions, where every session there was a protocol, or there was a step to include certain topics which could help you to be more knowledgeable while communicating in English, right? And that is where I think you can really, really progress. Now, when it comes to me, I have been out of Assam for almost like 20 years now. It's close to going to be 19 years. And I cannot have the opportunity to speak in Assamese even at home, because my wife is not even in Assamese. So we always communicate in English, right? Or maybe sometimes in Hindi, but mostly in English, right? And morning when I wake up, when I say hi to my wife, till the time I say good night to my wife, everything is in English. So out of 16 hours or maybe 8 hours that I sleep, 16 hours that I'm there, I'm always communicating with English with my colleagues, with my bosses, with my peers, with my clients, with my resellers, vendors, etc., right? And maybe you can give me the benefit of doubt that the reason I can speak a bit fluent, or maybe I can speak or I'm communicating, is because day in and day out, I've been practicing the language. Let me talk about this country now. This country's national language is English. The mother tongue is English, right? And obviously the people speak at a different Australian accent, which is sometimes very difficult to understand as well. Now, do I speak that accent, or do I copy that accent? No, I have not copied that Australian accent, though maybe sometimes while communicating, I try to do that accent, but it looks very funny on me, right? So I just speak the normal language that I'm speaking, the way I'm communicating to you right now, and the other person listens. If he doesn't understand something, he will ask again, because maybe the mother tongue influence could be a bit more different when it comes to him understanding those things. But at the end of the day, this is what we have been doing. So it is by sheer practice and the eagerness to learn new words, the eagerness to frame new sentences, the eagerness to listen to someone who can correct your English grammatically, the eagerness to read, the eagerness to understand and research on new lessons and new topologies of life, that actually gives you the platform to be a good communicator in English. But at the end of the day, baseline, no matter whether you have done your English honors, your masters in honors, theoretical is different, practicality is different, right? So when you carry those theoretical knowledge, which probably SAED or maybe your schools or colleges have given to you, and when you convert them into practicality, which means in practice, which you do normally with your friends or you do with somebody else, that is when you are evolving from being a girl to being a woman, from being a boy to being a man, right? And that evolution happens not overnight. It doesn't happen in one day. It happens on consistency. It happens on consistent pushing yourself to the edge, to the bar, to improve, to be better, to to learn, to imbibe, to be allowed to take trolls, abuses, to be allowed to be judged. And that is when you, one fine day, you become something like, oh, now I see people are appreciating what I'm speaking. It's like the same caterpillar. It's like the same caterpillar which gets transformed into a beautiful butterfly, right? And the caterpillar has to go through and it's like a cycle. The butterfly lays the eggs becomes, typically a caterpillar becomes a larva, and from the larva, it becomes actually a beautiful butterfly. That's what we learned in science, right? And the whole cycle from laying eggs to becoming a beautiful butterfly goes through phases. It's not like the moment the butterfly lays the eggs, it becomes a butterfly. It will never become that. It has to go through that evolution. It has to go through that process. We as human beings, we have to go through that evolution. No matter how good we are, to become the best, you have to go through those practical evolutions, like the eggs, like the caterpillar, like the larva, and the beautiful butterfly. And that's the emphasis that I want to give all the students, that don't rush. Don't feel bad if someone is speaking good, that, I'm feeling judged or I'm being judged. Your day is going to come. For some people, it might be quicker. For some people, it can be later. And if you are in that secondary group of being later, you got to trust the process. The process is that I know one day I'm going to reach. I know one day if my ambition is to climb the Mount Everest and reach to the top spot, I have to start from the base. I have to go through all the obstacles. Then one day I will reach the summit. Same as a communication. Same as being fluent in English. Same as speaking good English. It will all come through those evolution that I have talked about. So it's time, practice, persistence, and persuasion with a bit of passion built in. And these will lead you to what you want to be. So I hope, Jubilee, I have answered your questions. You can always reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook, and maybe I can allow Nilofer and my dear Anupama to share my WhatsApp number as well, so you can always reach out to me. If you feel like talking to me, please come and speak to me. I am always available on Saturdays and Sundays. Obviously, you have to call me at a certain time zone, but if you really want a group call, for example, you have 3 or 4 friends and you just want to come and speak to me, and we all speak in English and we try to help each other, those platforms are absolutely open. I'm not someone like a superhuman or a robot. I'm absolutely like you. I'm Jubilee's brother. I'm Anupama's brother. I'm Moinul's brother. Reach out to me. Don't get scared. Don't feel that I'm staying millions of miles away from you and that I'm not reachable. I'm very reachable. It's just that time zone you have to consider. Right now, if I look at my watch, it is 11:21, right? So you just have to understand that I'm 4.5 hours ahead of you, but I am definitely reachable. I will obviously respond to your messages, your emails. Write emails to me. I mean, writing emails is also something way of communicating English, right? Obviously, during our times, you used to write letters, but today, obviously, you don't write letters. You write electronic emails, right? Electronic emails. I have my email ID. Write to me, talk to me, and you see how things improve, right? I have just been blessed that I have got 20 years of constant speaking in English with all my peers, which has helped me to develop what I am, right? But for you to develop, to train, is like speak to Anupama, speak to Nilofer, speak to Sir Moinul, speak to your friends in English, and I'm sure you will reach there. There is no problem in that. There is no hindrance in that. And I wish you all the best as well.
Thank you, sir. I think that she got the answer, and she said thank you. Jubilee said thank you. And so many other questions are there. Nilofer, I request you to take the questions and please go forward. And some of the questions that I have seen. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so Gorima asked one question. Sir, can you say something about your speaking English journey? Your speaking English journey.
Okay. I think Garima, thank you for asking this question, and a big hi to you, namaskar. And I'm not pretty sure how which school or which college you are going, but I will definitely get the details from Nilofer and obviously Anupama as we speak. So Garima, I think the way I grew up, I studied in Shillong. Okay, Moor Pratham school to asile St. Peter's School. It was in Shillong. And it was an English medium, full boys boarding school. And I think my father or my parents were foresighted at that point of time. They felt that, okay, probably I was blessed to have them. And I think I also thank my parents because they decided to put me in a school where I was, it was an Australian missionary school. And I was like in 1980, Manobra, till 1989, I studied in a school where English is the only way to communicate. So মোৰ কাৰণে এটা সুবিধা হ'ল যে I didn't study in a vernacular medium like তোমালোকে যেনেকৈ অসমীয়া মিডিয়ামত পঢ়া বা কিছুমানে বেংগলী মিডিয়ামত পঢ়ে সেইটো মোৰ হোৱা নাছিলে and I think that really kind of helped me building the thing. Itu more other at that passion asile. You know, when I was a young kid and when I was like going through the things that you were doing as a kid, is that I always wanted to be someone like a not public speaker, but I want to be someone who was fond of speaking, was fond of talking, right? And I think more profession to enekwa, which is more in sales, marketing, or jot moi daily, motamoti duta tinta customer logot bohi pine. Daily 1 ঘন্টা 2 ঘন্টা কেতিয়াবা 1.5 ঘন্টা কেতিয়াবা লাঞ্চ মিটিং কেতিয়াবা ইভিনিং ডিনাৰ মিটিংত বহি পিনে সিহঁতৰ প্ৰডাক্টৰ ওপৰত কথা পাতিব লাগে এটা কনভিন্স কৰিব লাগে and everything happens in English, right? গতিকে I think that way মোৰ যোনটো মানে প্ৰেক্টিছৰ কাৰণে যোনটো মই গ্ৰাউণ্ড বা যোনটো মই মিডিয়াম পাওঁ বা যোনটো মই প্লেটফৰ্ম পাইছিলো that platform was given to me by my parents, given to me by the various careers that I've taken, and I think I'm grateful to everyone that this has happened. Now, যদি কোনোবা অসমীয়া মিডিয়ামৰ পৰা আহে বা কোনোবা vernacular মিডিয়ামৰ পৰা আহে, then I think they also can become very good orators. They can also speak very well. And I can tell you very well that I have seen a lot of people from Philippines, Indonesia, পৰা যোনে সিহঁতৰ local language তে বেছি কথা পাতে, English কথা নাপাতে, but when they came to different countries, they adapted to that country, they started learning to that country, and then lahe over the period of time, they have become very good speakers. And I think gote bottom line আজি সাকে মই gote session tour gote মানে কাহিনীটো বা gote platform to এটাৰ ওপৰতে মই emphasis কৰি আছো এটাৰ ওপৰতে মই amplify কৰি আছো that it is practice that makes a man perfect, right? আৰু আমি যিমানে practice কৰো আমি তুমি ধৰা এতিয়া আজি তুমি SAED আহিছা but you had come to factor আহিছা, how much time are you dedicating to those academies? I mean, tumi kiman time di asa? Tumi hardly 1 hour, but 2 hours, but 3 hours, maximum 4 hours di asa, right? But at the end of it, tomorrow hato 20 hours thake. Okay, even if you're coming to the SAED or FAT for 2 hours or 3 hours session, the remaining 20 hours or 19 hours is all to yourself, or the 20 hours is also. The greatest successful people will think, moi kenake 20 hours utilize koribo paro to improve myself. More কাম এটো নহয় যে মোৰ মা দেউতাই এনৰোল কৰি দিছে SAED ফ্যাক্টৰ আৰু মোৰ এটো কাম নহয় যে that I would have someone like an Anupama or Nilofer or Sir Moinul or for that matter Preetam coming often guiding me and making a magic কৰি দিব যে মই all of a sudden 2 months 3 months 4 months পিছত মানে মই একদম কমপ্লিট ইংলিশ মাস্টাৰ হ'ব পাৰো মাস্টাৰি কৰিব পাৰো হেতু কোনো গ্যাৰান্টি দিব নোৱাৰে কি গ্যাৰান্টি দিব পাৰে যে yes তুমি যোনখিনি বস্তু নাজানিছিলা যোনখিনি তোমাৰ fear আছিলে যোন তোমাৰ factor তুমি মানে অলপ difficulty পাইছিলা those things তোমাৰ iron হৈ যাব পাৰে যেনেকৈ তুমি কাপোৰটো ধুলা ধোৱাৰ পিছত তুমি iron কৰা সেই ironটো তুমি কৰিলা এতিয়া how you wear it তুমি কেনেকৈ পিন্ধা বা কেনেকৈ তুমি personality develop কৰা that is again your choice তুমি আজি white পিন্ধিব বিচাৰা green পিন্ধিব বিচাৰা red পিন্ধিব বিচাৰা that is your personal choice গতিকে এই যে তুমি time spend কৰা with different people like in SAED, in fact, that is more theoretical. Practical is about how you utilize what you have learned into more mainstream. Can I get to me practice kora? And those practices with different mediums of kora. Then one of the most important things about SAED, in fact, is video recording. Video recordings we practice speaking. Kotha patibo and that is something that we will all get imbibed. Practice kora, and I think practice korile definitely korima you can outshine everybody and everyone can speak and everyone more I was like I'm not a good dancer right into moi ki hoy etia jetia moi foreign countries ot jao junbila parties hoy tate obviously dance sense hoy mane people celebrate success stories and all and then I met one lady she was like a very good dancer at a school asle Mumbai and more eta problem hoy ki I don't dance moi nasibo najano mur olop laz lage mane socializing koribo karone and she had a school our time mane mur gymot ekelage ami Mumbai eketa gymote we used to work out together and one day she was inviting me that Preetam tumi ahibasun tumi dance saba ba koriba my first answer is like I don't know how to dance I'm very fumble in dance time just she answered me one line that if you know how to stand up tumi jodi uthibo para you will know how to dance. That was the biggest motivation. And this SAED, in fact, is the biggest motivation for all of you because they teach you and they push you that you can do it. right? Hetu is the moral of the story. And that is why we spend hours, digital koru, classes, 99 hours sessions, 99 days session, just to give you this mindset that to me, agbahi zua, to me, koribo pariba. And this is what is exactly the motto of us. This is exactly the lady told me that if you, Preetam, if you know how to stand up, you will know how to dance. And that is a more fear factor to us. Fear factor completely no. Not that I'm a Hrithik Roshan, not that I'm a Tiger Shroff, not that I'm anybody else, but yes, I can now at least shake my leg confidently. Pagolo doreo nasibo paro, ketiba, enyo nasibo paro. But that just a fear factor, fear factor, and I think that is where it's important. I hope I answered Korima to our question.
Okay, Nilofer, just try to read other questions also. So many other questions that students are posting, if you can.
Yes, sir. So we are having a lot of questions. Okay, right now, Narzin Sultana, our best friend, I think. So she has asked one thing that, sir, I have a question. While I speak English, I have a lot of stuff in mind, but lack of vocabulary, I'm not able to speak properly. How to overcome from this, sir?
Okay, vocabulary, I think using a dictionary and the newspapers, I think actually one of the things that we see, every era has, era will change with, okay? So you had one era which was like newspapers, a lot of magazines, like you had Outlook, you had India Today. Nowadays, hardly people get newspapers because everything is on the, digital platform. You have the app and you keep on reading and you can think. So the only way that I personally believe, improving your vocabulary, improving on knowing the words to use, the words which comes to your mind to communicate, I think is reading. And reading becomes a very important factor. It was same as with technology. And as I say about technology is always evolving. As is to me, Zoomot asa. No one have thought that eneke কোনোবা এটা কান্ট্ৰিত বহি পিনে কোনোবা হৰবগত থাকি কোনোবাই ব্ৰিসবেনত থাকিব কোনোবাই এটলান্টাৰ পৰা এনেকে লগ হৈ আমি টিপিক্যালি কথা পাতিব পাৰিম বুলি 5 বছৰ আগতে কোনোবাই ভাবিছিল জানো no one of thought but that is where technology has evolved আৰু আজি কি হৈছে এই টেকনলজিটো তুমি সোৱা সবে ইউজ কৰিব পাৰিছে right কেনেকে ইউজ কৰিব পাৰিছে it's because we are learning it we are imbibing it right কালি যদি জুমৰ পৰা কোনোবা বুমো আহে which is more different because a boom hole it's like I can like artificially I can be in front of Anupama and I can get her hair touched or something like that. That is called the next phase of interaction, right? Hitu jodi hoy then ami ki norim neki parim. It's just because we are going to learn that technology because technology to ki hoy olop ki bole bhal lage. It's like interesting fact. Similarly vocabulary to ki hoy olop slightly uninteresting fact hoy but it is all interlinked. Everything is interlinked. Technology hub, sciences hub, medical hub, everything is interlinked with the vocabulary. So tomorrow vocabulary to strong hoy, then you become a very good, in writing or soft skills or to be besi bhalwa. And I think it can all happen through reading. Moi normally porhu. I read a lot of books, books in the sense of e-books basically because most of the time and because more travel like an flight at 5-6 for example if I have to come from India to down under Australia it's almost like 16 hours flight at so 16 hours obviously you have no access to the internet basically plain on internet access he said that's a different story but you don't have access so what are you going to do you don't you can only go through books right or hey books but hey vocabulary you can get more and more new words wisdom to be some most of the newspapers so tomorrow puzzle black in a way they write about something and you have to build those words hey black to me practice kora ba to me likha khela I think those can also improve a lot and it's a good time pass as well improving your complete vocabulary set. Thank you Sultana.
So Nilofer, is there any other questions? Just have a look here.
Yes. Patiksha, good evening, my respected Preetam sir. I'm a student of FACT and SAED. Sir, please give me 3 body language tips for presentation.
Okay, that's a very important question. I think to be presentation art, see, there are 2 ways of presenting it. And one of the best, the best speakers in the world, the best orators in the world have got a fabulous body language, right? When to me, the presentation like horror, and when you are trying to speak, your body language has to be absolutely at the optimum, that people like listening to you. নহলে কি কৰিব জানানে, তুমি যদি কেতিয়াবা তুমি ধৰা লেকচাৰ দি আছে and then you don't have a very good body language, to দেখিবা যে people mobile চাই আছে, কথা পাতি আছে, this and so the only way to really get the captivation of the people and the audience is having a terrific body language. Your body language has to be positive always, to be মানে excitement থাকিব লাগিব, like you are creating some kind of melodrama in front of the audience to look and listen to you. But those are on practice. But to me, if you can go through the videos of some good orators, how they speak, Simon Sinek to me and Elon Musk to me when he speaks, see Bill Gates when he talks in front of the audience, listen to Barack Obama when he speaks, pausing, tomar air, to me a lot of things, so voice modulation. These are very, very essentials when you're giving a very good presentations. And I think it tomorrow slightly practice, but I think you can build on those, on those kind of body languages. For example, to me, if you see speaking me, most of the time I move my hands like this. I was always trying to build something there. So I have this knacking habit of, moving my body parts, revolving my eyes, giving different expressions, listening, different modulation, quote modulation to change over lage, quote pitch to baribo lage, komo lage. Those things I learned through my, obviously my trainers and etc. So obviously, I'm a corporate world of thaku, bahut training diya hoy, bahut training diya hoy. Like we sit in trainings every 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, I'm training with bohu. And a training will mostly speak about how to present ourselves in front of the audience. But again, obviously, it's very difficult to be horrible bohi to really go through all these things. I can understand. I completely agree with you. But I think the way you can actually start practicing is, through those videos of those, immaculate speakers, your body language to type in how they talk, how they smile, how they present. And then to me, nije hetu when a rumor bitor okole thaki mirror honmukhot tumi practice koriba. And I think that definitely help. Keriba mirror nokori tumi bathroom to koribo para. I mean, many people have that beautiful habit, because agote most of the singers used to come from the bathroom, right? Bathroom they gan gai kuni bal pai. They practice a lot. So I think oration is also something that you can practice at, in your, while having a shower, you can just move your hands and look different. When you're in front of a mirror, to me suli to manaba to me facial makeup kori asa, that expressions, those things you can carry, but be natural. To me, basically artificial koribo dorkar nai, just be natural. To me, to naturally tomar hatot ahe, that is very, very important. And then people will love you, listen to you, or tomorrow to me a presentation koriba, to me dekhiba je, specifically people are liking you, they love you. And when they start loving you, they will feel that, oh, the beautiful orator has come and let me listen to him. And you'll find many are there in around the world. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Mainu Begum, Bishal Barua, how to gain the consistency while learning English and how to reach a positive mindset.
Okay.
How to maintain the consistency and
consistency.
being a
I think
positive
consistency is about doing the same thing day in and day out. Okay, that is what we build consistency. Just like whether it's a sunny day, whether it's a winter day, whether it's a cold day, whether it's a rainy day, whether it's like a spring day, if you go about doing your business well, that is when you build consistency. And consistency is the key to success. Every success story that has been built on the world has been built on consistency. All right, consistency to me rakhibo lagibo. If to me as in mon koila that I'm going to practice speaking every day, moi as in remote goi 1 hour, I'm going to read a book or read a vocabulary. Next 30 minutes, I'm going to dedicate on doing some puzzles, on building new words. Next 30 days, I'm going to, or next 30 minutes more, I'm going to practice in front of video making. If you are going to do this consistency to maintain a level to maintain, then definitely you will be successful. There is no reasons behind why you cannot be successful. And I always strongly believe that consistency is only the killer. It's the sweet sauce that you have for building that success. Success or S2 comes from consistency.
Okay, so thank you. Aru sage duta tinta question ase. So Orpita eta question hodise. I want to ask a question, and my question is that I can speak English, I can understand English, but when someone asks me a question in English, in my home I can't speak. I feel shy.
Okay. That happens, because you have different type of personalities that a human being comes across. For example, as a person like me, I'm a very introvert. Especially when it becomes slightly difficult for me to go out in the open and really mix with people. That's a personality trait that I carry, and shouldn't be ashamed of it. But that's something that we all all introverts do. But when it comes to a large medium, when it comes to profession, when I need to speak, I'm completely different, right? So answering your question, you're still young. I'm pretty sure you're studying, you're a student right now. I'm just assuming that you're a student. I think it will overcome. It will overcome. Try, don't be disheartened by the fact that you speak English or you know and understand English very well. You can write, read very well, and maybe you're fumbling when someone speaks to you. Many people have that fear. Even I had that fear, initially, and it will overcome with time, with practice, and with environment. Maybe once you go to a location, for example, today tomorrow ki hoise ki aji dhora tumi Horbhogot asa, okay, and suddenly you get a job in Delhi or in Bangalore and Mumbai, or tomar tate mane tomar kono rasta nai other than to speak. Because to me, kobo like tomar manager pudise, tomar colleague pudise, you got to speak, and today to me automatically you will come through that cycle. So nothing to worry, because to me, nije question to koisa that you can speak, you can write, you can communicate. So I think it's a minor problem. It tomar problem to nije solve hoise jabo. It's nothing very, very difficult. Just a mindset to over a period of time. I think it's a small one. Nothing to worry about. Yeah.
Yes, sir. She's a little girl, so yeah, she's speaking really well. Okay,
absolutely, I agree with.
Okay, Maino Begum sir, if you don't mind, please tell us about Australia. I mean to say your experience in Australia.
Oh, okay. So as I said in the beginning of the thing, so if you see my background, that's the city that I live in right now. It's a beautiful country. If you heard about Gold Coast, so Gold Coast is one of the most famous what I would say sea beaches tourism in the world. That tomar mane coral reef bilak ase. So it's a very beautiful country to live. Manu bilak khub bhal. They respect each other. Tomar mane it's like very happy type of country. Khub mane tomar furti kori bhal pai. So unlike in India, moi jete dekhilo moi jete India asilu, and I was like more office hours jodi 9:30 hoy ami kam hek korte dhora tumi 6:30 ছুটি হয়, কিন্তু আমি যাওঁতে মানে 8টা বাজে, and we work like anything in India, মানে আমি ইমপ্ৰেছ কৰিবলৈ কাৰণে বহুতে কাম কৰে, কিছুমানে এনে বহি থাকে অফিসত, কাম নকৰিলেও বহি থাকে। কিন্তু অস্ট্রেলিয়াত আৰু এই কান্ট্রিত সেইটো নাই, স্বভাৱটো নাই। তুমি ধৰা আমাৰ ইয়াতে working hours is like from morning 8 o'clock and evening 5 o'clock. 8 o'clock মানে everyone has to be at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock or 5 minute 7 minute 10 minute কোনো late নকৰে, so everyone respects the time, right? Tomar CEO hok, moi jiman dangor position now, everyone is there in office by 8 o'clock, maybe 8:05 8:15 loike. Jetia 12 or 1 bitot it's lunch hours. Amar India ki hoy lunch hours is like any time ho pare, rati pa tumi duporia 12 bajar par tumi it can even go up to 4 o'clock. Bahut manu even 3 bajar to khana khai, kintu yate hi swabhav tu nai, right? So people have to have the lunch between 12 and 1, right? Tumi office ot kako nopua during lunch hours, and then when it is 5 o'clock every people will go out at 5 o'clock. The office is completely empty and everyone encourages you to go home, right? So one of the things most people do, and obviously this is in a Western country, I'm a Western philosophy country, so jetia tomar office hek hoy, so everyone goes to the local tomar jot hei thake mane restaurants bilagot thake tate bohi pine time spend kore, colleagues olok kotha pate, bahut lege heri kore. So till 7 o'clock teoloke mane hei kore, kintu hekini hoyte dinner bilako hoi jay. So here in Australia and in the countries like New Zealand and all, 6 evening 6 পৰা 7 বজাত is a dinner time. ইয়াতে মানে তুমি 6 পৰা 7 ভিতৰত মানুহে ভাত খাই ৰাতি শেষ কৰে, ঠিক আছে? আৰু মোৰো সেই অভ্যাসটো হৈ গ'ল আজিকালি, ঠিক আছে? মই everything that I eat is till before 7. So 6 to 7 is the supper time, or what we call as a dinner time, right? আৰু 7টাৰ পিছত মানুহ একো নাখায়। আৰু মানে ইনিশিয়ালি তুমি ভাবিব পাৰা যে ওকে আমি তো 9টা 10টা 11টা বজাত ৰাতি ভাত খাওঁ, ভোক লাগে নেকি? হ্যাঁ, ইনিশিয়ালি ভোক লাগিছিলে, it's not that, but now body has become quite rhythm. And then people wake up very early, so they go to the gyms, they do a lot of cycling, they do a lot of running across. Everyone is like physically motivated with it. They always go. Obviously corona karone a lot of restrictions are there right now, but other than that, if the country is beyond corona, the people love cycling in the morning. To be dekhiba everyone is going to the park, and there is like people are rasta tumi cycle bilak paba, you just hire it to be run kori asa. The people running around, people are going to the park to play. Kisumane sports ot gusi jay, football khelibo jay, cricket khelibo jay. It's a very famous country for both the sports. And there is a lot of things. And Saturday, Sunday is like whenever there are holiday, like Aji Saturday or Kali Sunday, no one will disturb you, no one will call you, no one will do anything. It's all your personal life. So I think the balance between personal life and the professional life is so well in this country that you feel like working, you feel like staying, and you feel like really, really, really pumped up. It's been a wonderful country, and I think it's a even in education wise, so the school to me the curriculum. I take class 10 or exams will actually say. So I got to know that 4 days of it exams will. Can you believe it? In 4 days, your high second and HSLC exam gets over. So they do not give too much of pressure on subjects that needs to be learned, but they give a lot of importance on building leadership at a young age. If you are sports oriented, tomorrow's mindset to have career into sports now, they give you that path to me into line of Zwa, then you will become a sports person. If you are in writing, if you're an obsession towards writing, or you become a writer, or you want to become something, they push you. They give you that platform. They learn, they and they just give you that things. And that is very beautiful about this country, that at a very young age they can nurture those talent. So everyone is talented, but a teacher doesn't recognize what talent he can really prosper. Someone can be in sales and marketing, a lawyer, a pilot, someone wants to be engineers, medical. So right from a very young age, they are being allowed to pursue those. And doctor, the school teachers starts preparing you for that. And that is the beauty of the curriculum here. And I think that's the excellence part of being in a country, developed country or super developed country.
Yes, thank you, sir. So there are two questions asked by Mainuara and Dipshika. So how to overcome shyness and nervousness, and how to speak confidently.
Okay, shyness is something, a personal trait, as I say, and let's be as normal it is. I think, many times I see these questions being, kind of there repeatedly, is because in India we get judged, right? I mean, it's like, if you do not know how to speak good English, it's like what Sir Moinul just gave an example, that when he was posting something on Facebook, there was a comment from somebody and this thing. But we need to overcome that. And I think I am more BKK. I mean, I'm not a very critical guy when it comes to someone feeling a bit shy not to speak, someone feeling it. It's okay. It's okay. It's at the end of the day, we are all human beings and we are all normal, right? Some people are slightly, more like we had this Udipto, a super smart guy, right? So some people are born that way. Some people have that, instincts, but doesn't make you feel less indifferent from a special guy, right? You got to believe, see, everyone's career is defined by the talent that he or she possesses. And yes, global career, communication is important. You got to be a good speaker if you want to go in certain professions, like more professional to be Zabo Bisora in sales and marketing, and you travel around the world and meet a lot of customers and presentation Koibo Bisara, marketing field of Zabo Bisara, advertisement field of Zabo Bisara, then I think communication has to be very important. And then you have to learn and practice as well. But in certain departments, you may not need that fluency. For example, if you're a technocrat, you are building software codes and all, you don't need to speak too much. You might be very good in writing English, and tomorrow soft skills has to be tremendously important, right? So it's fine to be shy. Shyness to tomorrow normally comes with people who are introverts. Someone like Jone Besi Bahirot socializing, right? So introverts are normally very shy and they try to be within that cocoon or right? But if you just come out, look at the sun, feel the sunshine, then probably you will become more and more comfortable. Or tomorrow the friends group or circle, they also matter the most. Tomorrow the mentor group, they also matter the most, because as a shy person, tomorrow inferiority complex of that maybe more because more correct no that is maybe not correct. Tomorrow is insecurity that can be corrected when you have a good set of friends and good set of motivation people, a good set of mentors around you. And I think you are already there in those group with Anupama, Nilofer, Sir Moinul, and all the team there. And I'm there as well. So last koriba, I think you can just improve it and practice koriba. I think the skill sets will come to foreplay, and that should be something, nothing to really bothered about. Iman sinta na koriba. I mean, not necessary that you will never be successful without speaking good English, but yes, it is something, an added advantage if you can create your momentum of speaking good English. Yeah.
So Nilofer, I can see that lot of questions, but we feel we will not be able to take all the questions, but still, let me just quickly read the questions so that together, sir, you try to answer 2-3 questions that I just connecting with each other. Similar questions you try to answer, in brief. Already we have spent more than 1 hour today. And as we should understand that if we get late, it would be problem for sir, because sir has
no
to
worries. I mean, it's okay. It's
rest,
a Saturday night, and I'm
okay,
here for a long, to answer most of your queries. Absolutely fine.
Okay, so no problem. It's done though. Thank you, sir.
But
Okay,
if
then
anyone wants to know
Deepsik-
what is the time there in my country, it is 11:49.
Okay, 7:19 right now in our place. So, sir, one of the students recently joined. His name is Zakaria Hussain. He's working in a company in Bangalore, and he was looking for English-speaking, coach. That he recently got an advertisement or a promotional banner of Factor SAED, and he quickly joined by making the payment of 3,500 for 1-year course online. And now he's so happy, and all the sessions that we do normally, he is superbly interested and takes the participation. Today also he is there, though he is coming from office, but still he is watching. He has a question right now. So if you take the question, sir, you'd be very happy. He said something like, "Thanks a lot, sir, for giving this wonderful session. I just back to my room and got fresh soon. Still I'm watching live. My question would be, sir, is it matter in education sector like arts, science, commerce, or can we do anything in our life by studying in arts? Means, can I do anything studying arts, or is it a matter that when somebody would be from science, arts, commerce, something like this, sir? How do you answer this?
Absolutely brilliant question, and I can understand, Mr. Jakaria, from where you are asking me this question, because you have just started your career in Bangalore, and I wish you all the very best, because Bangalore was my location where I started my professional career as well, way back in 2003. And obviously it's my home as well, where my wife and also comes from Bangalore. A very important question, whether people studying in arts or commerce or science, specifically non-science, grades, can they achieve greatness in life? The answer is yes. This was unthought of maybe 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, because you had all the companies talking about technology and hiring engineers, and because engineering and medical was considered as the biggest jobs at that point of time, maybe 20 years, 25 years ago, not anymore now. Because today what has happened is, if you look at the recruitment that is happening across various large organizations, whether it's Microsoft, whether it's Google's, or whether it's like telecom organizations, I think it doesn't differentiate between engineers and typically science people. Of course, if you are taking up a product specialist role or a technical role, then perhaps the basic knowledge of engineering was going to be important, because the job requires you to be qualified in that particular domain. But there are many other jobs which doesn't require you to be from a science background, doesn't require you to be from an engineering background. You having a degree in MBA can lead you to leadership roles. So my suggestion to you is that if you are ambitious, if you want to pursue something that is more on leadership, and you want to drive more on the financial sectors and be a team leader, team manager, and so on and so forth, then I think having a management degree would really assist you, because that's how the hiring happens. People who have done arts, or people who have come from commerce, and those people who have also added a master's in business administration, they have also been, I have also seen them getting jobs in most of the multinational companies. Even I hired a lot of people here, and in India also I've been hiring. if in sales, specifically in sales and marketing and advertisements and certain specific jobs, you don't need to be an engineer. Yes, it's good to be an engineer, but not necessarily that that role will be completely defunct if you do not have a technical thing. Many things we learn. So I don't come from a technology background, though I did study technology, but there are many things which I learned over a period of time, because technology is always evolving and changing. So yes, your question is absolutely right. People coming from arts, people studying in commerce, people studying in non-science streams, they can actually pursue global careers with the right mix of academic, possession that they have. So someone might go for an MBA, someone might do some, different courses, and adding all those things together can fit in the right segment for the global MNCs or multinational companies.
Right, sir. So thank you, sir. Even I believe, sir, in the management skills that if you have, that you can manage all other things, whatever you do not have. For example, sir, I'm running one application that is SAED. So I don't have the skills, but the people, those who are developing their one, they have made it so accessible and they made it easy to use that any person can just do it with a single click. So that means we understand the way that you are here. For example, sir, you are going to different places talking about technology and things that you are bringing, and a lot of people that I have seen, they have studied specifically that particular in that field, but they are not excellent in their recent updates, the things that we are getting. But you are working with those top companies who are developing different softwares and the internet connectivity or different technologies that you were involved with. So you are one of the best examples that you would get motivated. And if any students having interest in this, could come and also work in different fields, taking suggestions from Preetam sir. And I think Zakaria, you got your answer. And Zakaria sir, he's also working in the field of recruiting people and even also giving HR training to some of the people. But he told me that if his English should be good, that he would get the higher position. So that's why he wants to learn English this time.
Yeah, so just remember, Zakaria, that if your profession requires you to communicate with an end customer, which is B2 business or B2 consumer, then yes, speaking English will really, really help you. So in your HR profession, when you are in recruitment specifically, you are talking to candidates and you are talking to so many, you're trying to, assess the profiles and hiring the right people, or, referring those candidates to the organizations, right? So for that, yes, communication in English would become a very, very, very good and a very strong weapon for you to progress and do some really good upliftment in your career. I completely agree with that.
That's so thank you. And so please try to give 1 minute answer to Deepshika. She has asked one question, that how can we speak English with confidence? That means she's asking this one.
Yes, I think this is it is almost a very common questions like this, which was asked Deepshika, and thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well. I think as just prior to this, as I was answering the question to Zakaria, and he was also now Zakaria is a good example of what is actually happening on the employment factor, because when he wasn't in, where is Zakaria from? Is he from Sorobog or from different state?
Sorry, exactly, he's from Assam. I just exactly do not know which district he belongs.
Okay, right. So the moment he went out from Assam and then he landed in Bangalore, and he's actually pursuing his career right now, beginning of his career, and he started his career in a HR recruitment firm, and where he has to talk to candidates and he has to talk to his managers and peers, and where he had no other choice and obligation but to communicate in English. Then he perhaps felt that, okay, maybe I can improve myself. And by meaning of improving is like, can I get some mentors who can teach me or we can learn? And that is how he rooted here. The same thing happens is like, to be able to be speaking confidently, to be able to, have that knowledge base, you need to start practicing. You need to start talking to people, right? It doesn't really happen in Assam because obviously, if I'm going to meet Anupama, or if I'm going to meet Nilofer, or if I'm going to meet Moinul sir, even if at this platform I'm speaking in English, I'm definitely not going to speak to her in English when I meet one-to-one. I'm definitely going to communicate in Assamese, right? But there lies the catch. It's difficult, I understand. But to me, Belek country, Australia, UK, US, their mother tongue is English. Their everything is English. English. right? For them, it's their mother tongue, and we are trying to follow that situation, follow that culture. গতিকে যদি তুমি এটা কালচাৰ ফলো কৰিব বিচাৰা, then there is no other way but to adapt and practice. যেনেকে like when Indian cricket team যেতিয়া তুমি খেলিব যাব ধৰা অষ্ট্ৰেলিয়াত বা যেতিয়া খেলিব যাব ইংলেণ্ডত বা in South Africa, they have to adapt to bouncy wickets. গতিকে তাৰ কাৰণে প্ৰেক্টিছ কৰে, তাৰ কাৰণে টেষ্ট মেচ বা ওৱান ডেজৰ আগত কিছুমান প্ৰেক্টিছ মেচেছ হয়, right, just to get accumulated with the wicket. Similarly, when people come to India, when South Africa comes to India, Australia comes to India, England comes to India, they have to be adapting to the spin pitches, right? Or hetu karone had to practice kore, they have spinners, they don't play fast bowlers. So that is adaptation. Our adaptation changes from time to time. But to me, kuntu situation at kotasa, hey, so what to me adaptation to koribo লাগিব. Like for Mr. Zakaria, he has to adapt now because he knows that he cannot be, if he's ambitious, and I like people who are ambitious because he wants to, do something different. He has realized at a very young time of his career that if I have to pursue, if I have to do well, if I have to reach a level where I can manage teams, then for me, communicating in English and developing that leadership skills is so important. And he's learning, and that is the right example that he's setting. So people like Zakaria, people like me, and people like, the people that you meet across the world who will come and talk to you on this platform, they are the people who would give you live examples where adaptation has been important. And I think Deepshika, to me, hey, adaptation, and adaptation takes time. You are young, you are learning. There is a lot of years ahead of you, and I think you will take every month, every year in your stride and progress it that way.
Right, sir. So thank you. I hope that she got the answer. And Pratiksha is writing something. So Pratiksha does. Thank you so much, sir, for your beautiful answer. And I'm really happy today because I'm really enjoyed today's session. And I'm a big fan of you. So once again, thank you very much.
Thank you, Pratiksha. Thank you very much. Yes.
And Ria is also saying, wow, sir. Ria is a small student of class 5, sir. She has been very consistent.
Wow. Okay. Very nice. Good. Hi, Ria.
And also Pratiksha asking one question. Sir, what is your favorite language?
I think my mother tongue has always going to be my favorite, Assamia. We call it ourselves Khati Assamia, no? And
right, sir.
Yate moi Australia to moi bahut Assamia palu. I think ami eketa ami mostly sarizon. One of them is a doctor, Dr. Gogoi, and I'll bring her to this platform the next time. I think she'll be excited to speak about medical, and she's a clinical psychologist. Something Miss Anupama would be very interested to make friends with. Yeah, because she's like someone who loves those stories and all. So I'll invite her for the next session. And
very good, sir.
And then she's going to talk, but আমি যেতিয়া লগ হওঁ, we forget about English. আমি অসমীয়াত কথা পাতো, খাটি অসমীয়া। কেতিয়া বৰপেটীয়া অসমীয়া, কেতিয়াবা সৰবগীয়া অসমীয়া, I can speak that as well.
Okay, sir.
So obviously মোৰ প্ৰেক্টিছটো অলপ নোহোৱা হৈ গ'ল।
Sir, আপুনি যেটো সৰবগত আছিলে, গোটে সকলো কথা আপুনি গম পায় তো বহুত ভাল লাগিল।
Obviously মোৰ টাচটো অলপ হেৰাই গৈছে, but the moment তোমালোকৰ লগত যেতিয়া মই সৰবগত লগ হ'ম, সেই বৰপেটীয়া বা যোনটো আমাৰ খাটি অসমীয়া এক্সেন্টটো সেইটো অটোমেটিকলি আহি যায়। Right? মা দেউতাৰ লগত কথা পাতিলে সেই এক্সেন্টটো আহি যায়। But in front of maybe students or logot, we just use the same that writing English, writing Assamia to ahi jai. But yeah,
absolutely.
Assamese will always be my favorite, but I think that's something that I'm always proud of being, an Assamese by birth.
Right, sir. And Hiddakhon sir enekwa hoisile moi rastare goi asilu hothat mane ejon byakti role rastat je hudile je amar Riak chini poane molo kun Ria Ria আপোনাৰ ক্লাছ বিলাক এটেন্ড কৰে পিছত তো অফলাইন ক্লাছৰ ষ্টুডেন্ট হয় পিছত গম পলো হাউ 1990 ফ্ৰী লাইভ সেশন যে আমি কৰিছিলো তাৰ আমাৰ ৰেগুলাৰ ষ্টুডেন্ট হয় তাতে ভাল লাগিল স্যাৰ আমাৰ একে জায়গাত কিন্তু আমি অফলাইন লগ নাপাও বাট অনলাইন আমি কানেক্ট হৈছো the power of technology that you are working in that field.
Yes, I am working in that. So I come from the telecommunication department and আজিজে তোমালোকে কমিউনিকেট কৰি আছা এই যে Zoom through the behind the technology that sits behind connecting us is what I am working at. What my field is all about. We are into information and communication technology.
যে আমাৰ ওচৰে পাজৰে স্যাৰ এটা এনেকুৱা হৈছে অনলাইনে আমি সদায় লগ পাই থাকো বাট অফলাইনত গৈ এতিয়া টেকনলজি বহুত ষ্ট্ৰং হৈছে আমাৰ মাজতো it's a Riyadh set a question who says so what is your favorite country?
I think I would say UK because I had been there for almost like 6 to 8 months but I come some London Sapori Cruise. But London has a very specific, place in my heart. Reason is obviously my cricket football more priya and my London or at a club Arsenal Football Club of support. I've been supporting for the last 20 years. And our Arsenal and Royal Challenge Bangalore's or team or Goti to Eke. We are very passionate people, but we don't win trophies. That doesn't mean that we are anything lesser. London has been one of my most favorite places to actually reside. Brisbane, obviously Australia, a two country, but I've also been Soma Tinima moi Los Angeles come Kurislo, Tinima moi Chicago come Kurislo. I love Los Angeles. More Los Angeles the reason is like it's a party, it's a Hollywood center. Mumbai is meant for Bollywood. Los Angeles, LA was meant for Hollywood. LA is into tomar Bibino Harry San Francisco is one very close by to LA. City go a lot but if you talk about very scenic countries, it's like a dream destination, then definitely you should try Maldives. Maldives is very, very beautiful. Ajikali Maldives to cook basic because a lot of actors, actresses, celebrities like as I. But I have been going to Maldives since 2007. Obviously, worker and the Maldives that I knew in 2007 and 2021 is completely changed, right? So similarly, it's like Australia also. There is a country called Fiji, Fiji. Fiji. It's one of the heavens. And I think I have very good special memories in Hawaii. Most of the people, I don't know whether you know Hawaii. Hawaii is like a land in paradise, right? Completely tomar boga sand and seas and everything. It's like heaven. So I have been there 3 eyes to Hawaii. Obviously, our Pacific Telecom Conference attend and I think that country is very, very beautiful. But London is always very special to my heart because my first time international career, my first country that I have really spent was London. And I think I really enjoyed more. It's like, to me, if now it's in October, the day temperature will be around 7-5 degrees and night freezing colder. But it was real fun. It was real fun being in that city. Chicago is also good, but I think Los Angeles is better. And if you really want a country which offers you everything, then look nothing beyond Singapore. Singapore is a country that crime rate is almost zero, negligible. And I think a very, very beautiful country to work and reside. Singapore, Singapore spend. I have also been to countries like Myanmar, countries like Myanmar, Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos. These countries are very scenic, and slowly tourism is actually expanding. But unfortunately, this Corona it's stopped, but I think it will all evolve over a period of time. And likewise, to me, if you love Disneyland, then you should visit Hong Kong. Disneyland too, it's really beautiful to look at it. If you love, going to temples, monasteries, and Thailand is also one beautiful country. And then you have Indonesia. Indonesia, khana bila khale, to me, you'll find a different taste. And one of my favorite cuisines comes from Indonesia. Okay, the country too is very good. Philippines is very beautiful. I have been there a couple of times to Philippines, and Australia is Australia. It's always beautiful, and I'm dreaming. I mean, not dreaming, but I'm planning for a holiday coming up in New Zealand. So that is one of my most favorite countries to travel to, New Zealand. More bucket list for us, and sure, over the next 5 years, more contract with Vodafone visa is for 5 years. 6 years. But somehow down the line, I and my family plan to travel to New Zealand. So more bucket list.
Okay. So Ria, I hope that you got your answer. The next some questions that I have seen one question from Amisha, that how to speak English fluently according to you. Sir, already sir has answered Amisha. So in the future, you try to ask new questions. Definitely, sir would ask. Sir would try to answer you. Okay. And sir, please try to say hi at least to Amisha. She's a very new student. She joined our institute recently, and she's learning right now. So she would
hi, Amisha.
Amisha, yeah. So she sings very well. So next time,
Alicia,
so
right? Alicia, yeah.
Amisha, Amisha. And she would just try to sing that Sri Lankan song that became so famous.
Oh, yes.
What is the song, Nilofer? The title?
Yes, I've been hearing that song. It's very famous. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That young girl, right? That young girl.
Yeah. So that one, sir, Amisha sings very well. So I would also send you the link where she sang actually. In
YouTube,
yes,
please.
Okay.
Yeah, very nice. I'll be looking forward to that.
Right. So another just quick question: how to mention? Okay. Need to mention, sir. Yes, you were right. I'm a student of arts. Okay. Zakaria, I got my answer. Thank you. Then question. Nilofer, try to have a look if you get any other questions.
Okay.
So Gorima said again, ask again, what was your aim in life? That means aim in school and college days, and with your aim in,
Yeah.
like,
So my aim in life when I was in school was to be a pilot.
okay.
Okay. When I reached college, when I was in 11th and 12th, I wanted to be in the National Defense Academy. And my parents didn't allow me. They were giving me long reasons not to join the National Defense Academy. But National Defense Academy was my aim in life, goal. And that was something that I really, tried very hard to do it. But tomorrow is I mean, that was to era, I think 93 para 98, 95 obviously they wanted me to be an engineer, medical basically try but more I actually started preparing myself for the National Defense Academy school or they would to my common entrance test. I actually was preparing for that, but when school my always ambition was to be a pilot. So neither of it I could do it. But it's just something, it's a blessing as well that as a pilot probably my within the country travel but now I'm still getting a chance to keep on traveling through a different profession altogether.
Thank you, sir. The last question that we'd just like to take from Nibritika Shop, I think Ripangana maybe. So she asked one question that she deleted also. The question I got to know that how to stay motivated while studying.
Okay, motivation is something that is internal, right? And I can really understand from your experience as a student because not every day is a sunny day. Not every day is going to be a Sunday, right? Tomorrow, Monday or Tuesday or and I think our corporate career, I think Jakaria can tell you that we have a word, our technology, a terminology as a Monday blues. Monday kuno office and it real it's because he both reviews and there are a lot of things which goes through it, and everyone hates Mondays, but everyone loves Friday because they know after Friday, Saturday, Sunday, one home, right? So that's a weekend. And I think even in studies or any profession we do, staying motivated and staying committed is not an easy job. It's really tough. Our profession, the sales where every month a target sales target to achieve and to be really performance oriented. That is not an easy job. Motivation. The question is, what happens to you the days when you're not motivated? The days when you feel like you're slightly out of control or tomorrow motivation that is the days which teaches you the best things in life. Hey, a day to me where your real character, your real willpower comes into play. Moi gymming koro, moi agote bohu exercise koro, but many times I feel more mon na jai azid koribo mon na jai but ketiba tomar rhythm to nahe, and those are the time when you do it. Tetia moi ki koro janane, I just put on my iPod or AirPods too, and then I take one of the motivational sessions tomorrow to audio play thake, and I listen to them and I just try to prick up on that this is possible. There are Spotify, if you guys know Spotify, there are a lot of those motivational audio things that you can have. And the time when I get really frustrated, most motivation level to come, that is the time I do it. Otherwise, my unwin koro in the sense that, okay, it's all good. I mean, human beings, at the end of the day, it's all good to have one off day in life. Okay? So let us not try and stretch too much on that. I mean, stress low. So that day, I just give it a break. Because as it's okay. Let me go home. Normally I will go to the swimming pool go swimming just go down in the swimming pool music logai, or I'll just go and have more depressed motivation. I feel like eating, or more is eating I feel like eating chocolates and ice creams and pastries. But and then my mood changes, and next day I'm like, okay, okay. So it's good. It's okay, absolutely normal. That to me, every day may not be a Sunday. To be try keep yourself motivated. It's okay, fine. So you can just sleep, take rest, less stress, come back freshness.
Okay, then I hope Nibriti and Rapangana, you got the answer. Okay, it's sir, it's me Nibriti and Tribini Rekazat, it's me Rapangan. Okay, that they are coming into
Thank
accounts
you.
with the tickets. Okay.
Okay.
So, sir, we have talked, I think, more than 1 hour. So, a lot of students ask a lot of questions that we took most of the questions and common questions that they have asked that we have not picked up. But still, thank you very much, everybody. And it's time for Anupama to tell something about the session today. Sir has been speaking continuously, answering all the questions, without taking rest. So,
No, that's
Anupama,
fine. Yeah.
your thoughts, please, your feedback.
Oh, okay. It's already Sunday in my country. Very good. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. And Sir knows that I'm a big fan of him, and I don't know what to say because it's always a great pleasure to listen to Preetam sir. And of
Thank
course,
you.
actually, sir is busy and he hardly gets time. And even Ajit, I think sleeping routine all of man messed up whole because of us. But
No,
still,
that's
he's
okay.
here.
That's okay.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
saying that's okay. And I think that's huge. And that's why I think he's so loved because he's so down to earth, so humble, always giving us motivation. And today's session, I would say one of the best sessions we have had because we are here since long and as easy to engagement more dekha by students, or I think it's breaking the records, all the questions coming
Oh,
and
okay.
everything. So all credit goes to you, and thank you so much for all
Thank
the
you.
work. I know this is going to be a big help to all the students, all the juniors and seniors, and to us, of course, for sure, always. And I really hope that you uh, keep this journey with us forever because we are so lucky to have
Absolutely.
you. Thank you so much for being here, for always being so nice to me, to Nilofer, to Sir, to our community. And I don't know if we deserve this much love from you, but then you are always nice. So thank you so much. I always end up saying thanks only when it comes to Preetam sir because it happens. No, you just hop the herua type hoy. When it comes to Preetam sir, it happens actually. So thank you so much, sir. Thanks for
Thank you, Anupama, and I think I feel very loved and blessed by all of you, and that is what makes me, feel, very, very, enthusiastic about, coming online and speaking and communicating to you. This is my family. This is my, extended family that I can say, and whether it's Anupama, Nilofer, whether it's Daisy, Sir Moinul, Jakir, and all the names that I can Sahil, and all the names that I can take. I think we all started this journey, I think a year, 2 months ago. I mean, it's been 14, 15 months ago, one fine day, when, I and Moinul sir, we decided to talk, and, thanks to Moinul, I have been able to get in touch with so many people. And today, I think I have a special regards to everyone who has joined this platform, and so many names that I can see, and some of the beautiful names that I have come across. I think many of them whom I personally do not know, but some of the people that I'm interacting for the first time. It's been immense pleasure, and I think answering some of your questions and the keenness that you guys have shown to learn a subject that is very important, not only for a careers perspective, but to get your personality recognized in the global stage is something that I am very proud of. And I think all of you who have joined today and to learn, to listen to me, to give me this platform to speak, I can augur very well that you guys are going to be extremely successful in the years to come by, because I can see the wisdom of the passion that you have. I can see that in your eyes, the alarm that is created or ringing in terms of what you want to pursue. And obviously, apart from being in Sorobok and being in a society which is difficult compared to where I am staying, or where people in Mumbai or Bangalore guys stay, fighting against the odds, these are these small certain trademarks of being very successful. And if you look at the success stories that has been building up of late in India, and specifically if you look at, because cricket is followed very widely in India, see these success, people like Ishan Kishan, or and some of the players like, who have never been coming from the mainstream Bangalore's or Delhi's, they are really shining. So it's a time for us to shine, and it's time for every one of us to shine. What it has happened is, like, technology has created a platform for being equal in everything, right? So how you want to use the technology is up to you. with the technology, how you want to learn, imbibe, and grow is up to you. So make best use of technology. Being a technology-oriented guy and who is developing and creating new tools to enhance communication, I'm sure you guys will take benefit of it. Having said this, I would again like to thank Nilofer. I would like to thank Moinul sir. I would like to thank my dearest Anupama and all the students. I think it's kind of a record-breaking, right? It's a record-breaking session.
Right,
everyone for taking this time out. Thank you so much. I know it's been wonderful talking to you, and hokololoi mur morom aro hiya bhara khupesa thakil. Obviously Durga Puja gusi gol, and now obviously all of kedinor pisot Diwali ahi ase, so let's make a lot of noise in Diwali. Our Diwali age ami eta session ba Diwali pisot ami eta session long, and I think that will be in Zoom, and amoi hokoloke dekha pam tete. Obviously I'm not able to see anyone of you. It will be more interactive. Our jone jone mur logot connect koribo bisara, who wants to talk to me, write email to me. I will share my details, more email ID to share korim, more WhatsApp number to share korim. Please come forward, talk to me, and personally to me jodi bhaba jay you want to have a small discussion one-to-one with me, talking about career, because ketiba ki had an open platform of hokolor mazot hudat olop difficulty hoy, right? And you want a personal session, I'm very open. My Zoom session or my create koribo parim, and we can have those in Zoom, have those in through a WhatsApp video. Please, Koriba, and I wish nothing but all the best to everyone who has attended this session. Miss Korise, I'm sure they will have the recorded version, but I will look forward for having you, all of you, again in the next session, which we'll try to do it in next 2 to 3 weeks time.
Right, sir. So definitely, sir. 2 ঘন্টা ধৰি ইমান সময় ধৰি summer ছাত্ৰ-ছাত্ৰীখিনি চাই আছে, it's not an easy thing. আৰু এতিয়া স্যাৰ যেটো নেট পেক বহুত বাঢ়িছে, বহুতে কোৱা মতে 1 GB থাকে সকলোৰে, but still they are here with us, 21 people still watching for 2 hours. So ঠিক আছে Nilofer, tomorrow follow up, you just try to share your thoughts and also try to summarize everything what sir has said. So brief, also your feedback about the session today. As Anupam already said that it is a record-breaking performance. For 2 hours people have been watching till now. So your thoughts, Nilofer?
Yes, so I also think that it's a record-breaking session. And whenever I see Sir speaks, I feel why I can't speak like him. But then his story always encourages me, and I know that he had to go through a lot of things, and after that he has reached that position. And yeah, I would love to be in his position someday, maybe.
Definitely. I'm sure everyone will be that. Yeah.
Yes, and
definitely.
Yes, sir. So thank you so much, sir, for motivating all the students. And they always ask like, would we be able to speak fluently or confidently? And they are taking action. They are recording videos. They are speaking, but sometimes they feel less motivated. They feel less confident. And that time they would ask like they would ask some questions like that. And I think today's session would help them to have that confidence to speak, to record, to practice. So thank you so much, sir, once again for that. And yeah, we will have sessions with you. আৰু বহুত ভাল লাগিছে আজি আপোনাৰ লগত কথা পাতি বহুত দিন পিছত আমি we also needed motivation. Sir also needs some motivation at this time. So I thank you for being the mentor, for being the guide, and yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anupama.
Yeah, so
এইখিনিতে স্যার আমাৰ অনলাইন বিশেষ কৰি ইউটিউবত বহুতে কমেন্ট লিখিছে কিবা কিবি, সো মই পঢ়ি দিছো সোনকালে ফাৰ্ষ্ট বহুত ছাত্ৰ-ছাত্ৰী আজি সেশনটো চাই কেনেকুৱা লাগিল তেওঁলোকে লিখিছে, মই স্যাৰ আপোনাক জনাই পঢ়ি দিছো. That means one student, okay, RX Creations, thank you so much, Preetam sir. Gorima says thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Gorima.
I got lots of useful suggestions and it's helpful and motivating for me, motivated me. Thank you so much, sir. Today's session is really very helpful and interesting to us, and I have learned lots of new things.
Thanks,
sir.
Yeah.
Nitumuni likhise, Nitumuni Sharma, thank you very much, sir. Amisha likhise, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Nitumuni. Thank you, Amisha.
Nripangana likhise, thanks a lot, Preetam sir, for your valuable speech. I really learned a lot of things in this session.
Thank you, Ripangana. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Zakaria writing, it would be great session. It would be great session, ever in my life. It is a great session ever in my life. Okay, I'll get more motivation from this session, and I'm becoming you one of the biggest fans. That means you have
Thank you,
become
Zakaria, and
biggest
I'm
fan.
sure, I'm really hoping a lot from you, because just like you, I started my career in Bangalore, and it's been a lucky charm for me, not only personally, even not only professionally, but even personally. And tomorrow karone more pesa thakil, and I'm sure you will connect with me very soon. Moi Bangalore ahim when I'm in there in India in April, and let's catch up soon.
Right. Deepsika writes, this is a wonderful and useful session. Thank you so much for sir, for give us the helpful session, and also know lots of motivation from Preetam sir in this session. Deepsika writes.
Thank you, Deepshika.
Sir, I wanted
Yes.
to add. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when we completed 99 this session, we actually asked, do you want us to continue this journey? And they were saying yes. And we promised actually that we are bringing something new and excited. And I think this is the new we were talking about. And the students finally got what they were all were waiting for. They were waiting for something new and exciting.
Oh,
and
okay. Very nice.
Okay, it's just
Awesome.
like a puja gift to everybody that they got new
Definitely.
motivation.
It's my return gift from getting that love and
Right.
from every one of you. Yeah.
Right,
It's
so-
been very blessing.
Right. So a lot of students are writing in good words. So let me read it out. So they would love it. So Mainu Begum wrote, sir, I'm a big fan of you. I'm big fan of you. I like your style. And once again, thank you so much for giving us blessings.
Thanks,
and lots.
Mainu. Yeah, I think Mainu is connected with me. I think I remember. her name.
Yes,
So thank
she
you so
talked
much.
to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Mm. And Gorima said again, the session is very motivational and helpful session. Thank you so much, sir, for motivating.
Thank you,
And
Karima.
Mazmina said, thank you so much, sir. And Hussein Ahmed said, listening to Preetam sir words really add sugar to my strength. And
Wow,
those
that's
tips
a-
will really boost me to move ahead and become the public speaker.
I'm really humble, and it's one of the very good compliments I'm getting it. So thank you so much.
Manas wrote, thanks a lot to Preetam sir, mentor, Nilofer ma'am, Anupama miss for this beautiful session. Manas not.
Yes, Manos. I think he connects with me as a big Ronaldo fan,
Yes,
big Virat Kohli fan, right? So yeah.
And Bishal
We
said,
will continue.
wonderful. Bishal said,
Thanks, Vishal.
it's wonderful session. So Ria also said, thank you. And Nibri said, thank you so much. Nibri said, thank you, sir, for the stupendous session. Okay. Zakaria
That's
said,
awesome.
Moinul
Thank
sir
you.
is the part of journey of my Moinul sir is the part of journey of my new brightful life, and you'd be my favorite motivation speaker. Zakaria said.
Thank you.
And in this way, sir, Nandini Karmakar said that thank you so much, sir.
Thank you,
And
Nandi.
okay, so Zakaria, Nibriti, Dipshika, Daisy got motivated, and thank you, sir, for amazing Daisy Nut.
Which Daisy is this? Is
And
Daisy?
Daisy, sir, that one, the the position holder.
Okay, that's good, because there's so many daisies. I sometimes get confused.
Right.
Yeah, that's
So-
good. Daisy, thank you so much, because she texted me that she'll be there, and obviously I would have loved to see you. And wish you a very happy birthday as well. I think your birthday went on 12th. Many happy returns, and so is Mr. Jakir. His birthday went. And who was one more birthday? Which one? Nilofer, was it your birthday in October?
No, sir, Nisha Manish.
No, Nisha Muniz. Okay,
Nisha Muniz birthday
okay,
card.
great.
And Bishal wrote, sir, thank you so much, sir, for beautiful session. And we are happy, very lucky that we have got you as a mentor of SAED.
Absolutely pleasure, sir.
So
Absolutely pleasure, Vishal.
Yes, sir. So these are the comments of the students, and they actually love you. They love the community, and they love that this community should grow. And whether trainers are there or not, it doesn't matter. They learn from each one, they learn from each other. That is the atmosphere that we have. And this is because of the mentors that we have had. So, sir, always we feel honored, always we feel proud that we have people like you. And today people have seen, even after the bad situations, that when people would see this session today, they would love, and they would also acknowledge, they would also accept that yes, we are not those kind of people who always try to create hatred. We are the people who are trying to bring people closer so that everybody could help in nation building. And in this respect, sir, you are doing your great job. And thank you, sir, for being the guide, mentor, and guardian. And in the future also, you keep supporting us. And also very soon, maybe we are going to have a session with all the students live on Zoom so that you could see all those people, because so many fans are waiting to meet you, talk you, but they have not seen you. First time that they have seen you today, and they will talk to you live, sir, very soon. When you give the time, that we'll announce it. And today, as it's time for us to leave, so thank you, sir. Thank you, Nilofer. Thank you, Anupama. And final words from Preetam, sir, for all the students, those who have watched today, sir.
Okay, I think I know it's a great session, to be honest with you, and you know, even it's 12 o'clock, 12:15, it never felt like, and I'm alive, I'm kicking, I'm feeling motivated after listening to all of you and all the questions that you have come, and obviously all the feedback that you have given the session. I'm blushing, as you see, and it's like really, really good. I mean, it's like I miss, you know, all of you. I think I love all of you. It's been 4 months that I have missed, and I think I needed this break. You know, I needed something to pump me as well. And I think today's session was the right tonic, the right injection for me, which is, you know, really boost me up. We will come prepared again for the next session, which we'll try to do, you know, in next 3 to 3 weeks time. I promise you I'll be there. And I also promise that once in a month, we will try to, you know, regroup, reconnect, and, you know, kind of communicate. But in the next session, what I would love to really have is more interactive. You know, I'd like to talk to students. I want them to ask questions, and, you know, we can have a more one-to-one, you know, we can see each other and, you know, have more discussion. So thanks, you know, all the students and all the people who took time today. I know it's burning your bandwidth. Someone was saying that 1 GB has already gone, exhausted. So, you know, thank you. It was really, you know, a great pleasure having you here. I wish all of you a wonderful evening ahead. I know it's still very young in India, and obviously it's time for me to go to bed, but please do connect me on Instagram. Please do connect me on Facebook. Please do connect me on WhatsApp, write emails to me, communicate to me anytime. I'm always available. I might just respond to your message a bit late, but I'll ensure that your messages are getting replied back. Okay. With this, thank you so much. And have a wonderful, wonderful, you know, Sunday and a Saturday ahead. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you, dear students, and thank you, everybody. It's time for us to say